What's going on YouTube? Today I want to introduce to you guys a fully functioning, very capable compact 3D printer that is perfect for beginners as well as experienced users who are more concerned with space and efficiency. This 3D printer is jam-packed with quite a bit of features, and today I'm going to tell you all about the Tina 2S 3D printer, so stay tuned. So setting up the printer is pretty easy. You have this manual right here. If you scan this barcode, it's gonna bring up an app that you can download. With that app, you can use it to it gives you like a step-by-step direction so how you can set up this printer. You can also go on YouTube and find a video on how to set it up, or you can I believe there's also an instruction here on how you can completely set it up from the beginning to the end. So it's very straightforward, pretty easy. This is gonna be my very first time setting this printer up. So the instruction says this came with a printer, by the way. This is a glue, which is nice that they actually included a glue stick. For my other 3D printer, I had to buy a glue stick separately. So it is nice that this was included. They have all your tools that you would need, hot hands, they have pretty much everything you would need. So here they have micro SD card, which is where you can upload your files if you want to do it locally, or you can actually use this with the app, which is wireless. That way you don't have to do this. But since I'm setting up for the first time, I'm gonna put the SD card in the top spot right here, which has the arrow. It says to push in. It is in. Now, as you can see on the side, I haven't put this right here. This is the PLA that came with the printer. I don't know if you buy it, if yours is gonna come in with sample PLA, but I would assume it does. Most 3D printers seem to come with sample size filaments. So this is a white PLA. I'm gonna cut it open. And it's the basic PLA that you would typically find on Amazon or stuff like that. Now, you're gonna cut one hand and you're gonna stick it. But for now, you got a silica gel, which will keep the PLA dry. So let's put it to the side for now. So when you are setting up the 3D printer, there are some tape that you're gonna have to remove, and then there's this part right here, which is the filament tube. You're gonna need to bring it up and turn it around, push this thing down just like that, and insert it, and now it's in all the way. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take this part right here. So let me cut it. Now preferably you will want something that can actually cut this very well. I do have one, I just don't know where it is. But you want a very nice cut when you cut it. And then you just put it on there. Let's see, maybe put it this way. You press this down and you put it through, just like that. And once you put it through, it's gonna go in through the filament tube all the way down. So, but before I turn it on, I'm gonna push it all the way as much as I can. Okay, that's the most I can push it. So it comes with this power adapter, which has a switch. You simply plug it into the side. This is for power, this is for USB if you want to connect directly to your printer. But you simply plug it in. And then once you plug it in, you turn it on, and it comes alive. But as you can see, it's doing its own thing. This printer has self-leveling, which is pretty nice for something so compact to have self-leveling, and I really love the light. It's pretty nice. And now I'm just gonna go through this setup process. Okay, so here's the menu of the printer. You press this button right here, and then you can either scroll through all this, print from TF, which is the memory card, change your Wi-Fi settings. You can go to the control, you can go to prepare, info screen. Info screen is like the very beginning. So we're gonna go to control, and we have the main menu, which is going back. You can adjust or set your temperature manually depending on what kind of filament you have. You can do probe Z offset. I have no idea what that is. Language, choose your own language. LED control, you can actually turn your LED off, so it's off right now. You can turn it back on. That's nice. I will probably always leave it on. And then you can do quiet mode, which will quiet the printer. I'm not really sure how well this is gonna work, but I assume that quiet mode would also slow down your speed of printing. For my other 3D printer, I actually leave quiet mode off, so I'm also gonna leave it off here. So we have power loss recovery. I definitely want that on in case I ever lose power while printing something. Smart temperature, I don't know what smart temperature is, but I'm sure I can figure it out when I read the manual. The printer information, as you guys can see, it says Tina 2S. There's the hardware and there's the version. So go back. I can do firmware update or Wi-Fi firmware update. I can go to default settings and I can go to advanced settings. This menu is only for experienced users. Next, LCD control, speed, retract. Yeah, this is definitely beyond me because I have no idea what all these are. So I'm just gonna go back. Actually, let me see filament. You can load or unload. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna go back because this is way well beyond my experience. I'm gonna go back to control and then main menu, info screen, and now I am back in the home screen. And once you're done printing what you want to do, what you want to print, you can simply turn off the LED. That way the LED doesn't stay on, and whenever you want to print something, you can simply send it to the printer wirelessly. Or if you don't want it to consume power, you can also turn it off from right here. But once you turn it off from right here, there is no way you'll be able to access the 3D printer via Wi-Fi. So it is important to keep that in mind. So the printer is auto leveling right now. It's gonna print out a sample. Okay, so the test product just finished printing. Now I have to remove it. The bed is magnetic, so you have your flexible bed. Typically you would want to let it cool down. It'll be easier to remove. But as you can see, pretty nice. It says rose. Now I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna clean it later on, and I'm gonna try printing out other stuff. So here's the slicer for the printer. You can use other different slicers like the Cura, but this is the one that I'm gonna use. Now, if I want to print a file, right, I just click on this icon and then go to my downloads, and then I select whatever file that I want to print. Once that file is uploaded, as you guys can see, I have this dish tray here, which is slightly bigger than the volume of the printer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the size to something smaller. That way it can fit the printer. Now I'm not sure that the size is accurate as far as what it's showing versus the print bed, but that's what I'm gonna try to do is make sure that the dish soap fits within the bed. And now if the bed is too big, if the bed is too small, the software will tell you that the file would not fit. So that is nice to know, that way you don't start a print and it doesn't fit. So I'm gonna keep adjusting it to something that I like, and then I'm gonna click on slice. The other thing to note is that you don't have to uh, put a raft. A raft is the bottom part of the dish soap that kind of creates like a support, or maybe allows it to stick better on the plate. I'm not really sure how else to explain it, the raft, but being that I've printed this plate before on my other printer and I did not use a raft, I'm gonna remove the raft on this uh, plate bed. So I'm just gonna print the dish soap as is. And now to print it, all you simply have to do is, now you're gonna save the file as a G code. Once you save it, then you upload it into the SD card that came with the printer, and then you print it off the SD card. And on the bottom of the screen is going to show you how long it will take to print, how much filament it will use, and it's just a very basic slicer, but it does do the job. So after about 2 hours, the printer has finally finished printing the soap dish. It is straight from the printer. It's still a bit warm. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of strings on it, but not bad, for such a compact printer. Now, I printed this particularly because my other printer printed this one, just like I was showing you guys earlier. I made this smaller so that it could fit the bed properly. But now that I'm looking at it, I could have made this just a bit bigger. As you guys can see, this will be, it is the exact size of the bed, but I believe it still would have been too big. So I could have made it just a bit smaller, but not as small as I have it here. So this is from, this is one that I printed from using my Bamboo Lab A1. And this is with a Tina 2S printer. As you guys can see, it is pretty identical. Now, when I printed this one out, it basically had no strings or whatever whatsoever. And everything was just basically perfect. Now this one is not as perfect. It's got a little bit of strings, but that's not an issue at all considering the price and how small and compact it is. This is definitely doable. Like, the quality is very good. A little bit of print imperfections like right here, but not bad at all. And for the soap, let's say I'm using something like this, right, to for hand soap or something like that, right? I would have it on this right here, which it's a perfect fit. It's a bit big, but it's a perfect fit. Whereas on this one, like I said, I realized I should have made it just a bit bigger. I would have to put it upside down so that it could fit, And as I use the soap more and more, it's gonna become smaller. So this is not bad at all, actually. Okay, for reference, this is the print bed of the Tina 2S 3D printer, and this is the print bed of my Bamboo Lab A1. As you guys can see, it's a significant size difference. This is basically 4 or 5 times the size. So you're gonna be very, very limited in what you can print on that bed. But at the same time, this 3D printer is also, you know, maybe 2, 3, or even 4 times more than the price of the Tina 2S. So it's a give and take, but yeah, big difference. Let's get to the advantages of this printer. Once again, very compact, very easy to set up. There's basically nothing you have to put up together. The only thing you literally have to do is just put in the filaments, remove the tapes, that's it. It's very, very easy to set up, compact, and just super, super easy. Now, and then also it has a Wi-Fi setup where you can actually print things from the app and send it straight to the printer, so that's pretty convenient. And then you have the slicer in the on the PC, which is a very basic slicer, but it works. You know, if you don't want to use the computer, the PC, you can always download the files onto your phone or whatever it is, convert it to a G code or whatever file, and just print it straight from your phone. And or you can do the simple way of just downloading it onto your SD card and printing off a SD card. There are different options, but the point is that it's a very, very easy to use. And another big pro to this printer is the fact that it has a automatic bed leveling. Something so compact and so small and so cheap has an automatic bed leveling. That is very, very, very good. Now let's get to the con. The first con is the bed size. I know it is a very compact printer, but I feel like they could have made maybe just a bit bigger, you know, that way it could use more of the real estate of this printer. I don't think it needs to be bigger than this, but the print bed could have been a little bit bigger. So that's probably the one and only con of the printer. Actually, no, there's a couple of other cons. Another con is that I feel like they could have made it easier to send. For example, instead of having to transfer files from the PC to an SD card, I think that once you open the slicer, you should be able to send the file straight from your PC to the printer wirelessly instead of having to connect via cable or SD card. I think that could have been implemented better. And then the third con is the time. It takes a very, very long time to print. This right here took about 2 hours and 15 minutes. This one took, I think maybe, I don't remember how long this one took, but I think this one took like maybe 24 minutes or something like that. And this is significantly bigger than this, like way bigger. But at the same time, the Bamboo Lab A1 is a lot more expensive in comparison to this. And also, another thing is, I don't know if this is a con or pro, it is fairly quiet, but every now and then it makes a very loud grinding sound. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's not consistent. It's just every now and then it'll make a grinding sound. And I've been checking it. So far, no failed prints. Of all the things that I've printed, no failed prints. But I'm impressed, man. I'm really, really impressed for something so cheap to print this. Now, like I said, you have all this, I don't know what they call it, strings. Yeah, strings. You can easily just remove them and it'll be perfect for just about anything. So if you're not stuck to just making toys with this. You know, I see a lot of people talk about how you can do toys and things for kids. I believe a 3D printer is so much more capable than printing toys. Although you can use it to print toys, but as you guys can see, you can use it to print useful things around the house. You know, you can print a dish soap. You can design your own thing to print. You can even print something as big as this pen holder or whatever it is. It would fit right into the printer in a print bed. You can do so much useful things with a 3D printer. Don't be limited to just toys. You know, it's great for kids to do toys, but as an adult, you can definitely take advantage of this to print small things around the house. But yeah, if you guys have any question, feel free to put it in the comment section. If you'd like to see more content, or if you have want to know anything, please put it in the comment section. Once again, thank you to Antina for sending me this printer for free for review. However, everything I say in this video is 100% my opinion. I have not been paid or compensated to say anything whatsoever in this video. Everything is entirely 100% my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.